Hello, everyone, and welcome to Episode 1 of the English Learning Podcast. I'm Carla, and today I have a special guest, a friend of mine, Jon Snow. We're going to dive into a great conversation about the benefits of learning a new language. So, Jon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Carla. I'm excited to be here, and I'm curious to learn more about this whole language learning world.
Perfect. Whether you're here to improve your English or just curious about the topic, we're so glad to have you with us. Today, Jon and I are going to chat about why picking up a new language can be such a rewarding journey, and maybe by the end I'll even convince Jon to try it out himself.
I'm open to it. Let's see if you can change my mind.
Challenge accepted. So, Jon, to start, have you ever seriously considered learning another language?
Honestly, not really. Growing up in Winterfell, we didn't need much beyond the common tongue, but I'm interested in hearing why it's something I should consider.
Fair enough. For me, learning a new language is like opening the door to a whole new world. It's not just about the words, it's about connecting with people, understanding new cultures, and seeing things from a new perspective. You'd be surprised at how much it changes your worldview.
That's an interesting way to put it. So, you think language shapes the way we see the world?
Absolutely. Each language has its own unique expressions, words, and even ways of thinking that you just can't translate perfectly. When you learn a language, you start noticing those nuances. It's like getting a glimpse into how people think and feel on a deeper level.
So, it's not just practical, it's a whole shift in perspective. That actually sounds pretty fascinating.
It really is. And besides broadening your view of the world, learning a new language sharpens your mind too. I'd say it's like a mental workout. It improves memory, problem-solving skills, and even multitasking.
Really? I always thought language was just talking and understanding words. I didn't realize it had all these mental benefits.
Oh, definitely. When you're constantly learning new vocabulary, grammar, and ways of expressing ideas, it strengthens your brain just like lifting weights strengthens your muscles.
So, learning a language is kind of like training, but for the mind?
Exactly. And there's something really satisfying about each small achievement along the way. For example, when you're finally able to understand a sentence without translating it, or when you can speak without stopping to think about every word, it's like unlocking new levels in a game.
All right, I can see how that would feel good. But let's be honest, doesn't it take forever to actually learn enough to feel confident?
It does take time, but you don't have to be fluent to feel the benefits. It starts with simple phrases and builds up. Even small progress can be rewarding, and the confidence boost you get from speaking, even if it's just a few sentences, is huge.
Confidence, huh? That's a good motivator. I can see how learning something like that would make you feel more capable.
Absolutely. And speaking another language can boost your social confidence too. Imagine traveling and being able to communicate with locals in their own language, or even just meeting people from different backgrounds. It makes the world feel a bit more connected.
I can see that. Maybe it would help me feel a bit more adaptable. It sounds empowering.
Exactly, Jon. And there's another benefit I think you'd appreciate: empathy. When you learn a new language, you start to see things from other people's perspectives. You understand their stories and lives in a new way.
That's actually something I hadn't considered. I always thought of language as a practical tool, but it sounds like it's a whole new experience.
It is. Language can connect us in really powerful ways, and here's a fun fact. It can even help with cognitive aging.
Cognitive aging? Now that's a new one.
Yes. It sounds fancy, right? But it basically means keeping your brain healthy as you get older. Studies show that learning new things, especially languages, can keep the mind sharp and protect memory and thinking skills as you age.
So, you're saying learning a language could help me remember things better, even if I get as old as Meister Aemon?
Ha 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 ha. Exactly. Learning a language is like giving your mind a workout, which keeps it in shape even as you get older. And speaking of memory, language learning actually strengthens the part of the brain that stores memories. It's like keeping it active and alert.
Interesting. So, you're saying if I start now, I'd have a sharper mind later on too?
Exactly. It's like investing in your brain's future health. And not only that, it also makes life richer now. Imagine being able to watch a movie without subtitles or read a book in its original language. It opens up a whole new world of experiences.
That sounds appealing. I do enjoy a good story, and I imagine reading or listening to it in the original language would make it more authentic.
Yes, totally. And some expressions, phrases, or jokes just don't translate well. When you understand them in the original language, it feels like you're in on a special insight.
I can definitely see how that would make it feel more personal. All right, you're slowly winning me over. But what's the best way to start if you're new to this?
Great question. I'd say start with phrases you're likely to use and listen as much as possible. Listen to songs, podcasts, or even short videos in that language. The more you hear it, the more natural it'll start to feel.
So it's more about getting comfortable with it rather than just memorizing lists of words?
Exactly. Language learning is all about making it a part of your daily life, and once you get into a flow, you'll find it's actually really enjoyable.
I see. Maybe I'll try that with a few words or phrases. You make it sound manageable at least.
Ha ha ha, that's the goal. And for everyone listening, we hope this conversation has inspired you to think about the benefits of learning a new language.
And if you enjoyed this chat, share it with friends who might be interested. The more, the merrier.
Absolutely. Thank you all for tuning in. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode.